Right, morning midlife movers. I'm doing your video. I'm going to put it on for you because I will do an album of all this week's stuff, but you can imagine it's going to take me a month of Sunday, so realistically that's not going to happen till early next week. But please WhatsApp me any photos or videos you've got and I'll add them to our albums like I always do. I did manage to have a shower when I got in last night, but I didn't wash my hair, so I've got a wig head. Just excuse me, you know what I'm like, don't care. This is about me talking to you about our week. I was speechless on Wednesday because when I looked back at those videos of you all those things that you work so hard for, and it might, you know, it's when I say simple things, you know, like stretching your arms up. That video that Bun took, you look like an army. Like, it was so in time. You all had fun watching you all walk up the road. It was like Midlife Movers Army, and I look back at it now when I can take it all in, and it's just, you know, a sight to see. You need to feel proud. There aren't actually any words. So I said this to a lot of people yesterday. Wednesday night was beyond magical, and my family that were there watching us could hear, this is what really made it for me, could hear little ones in the crowd saying, "That's my nan, there's my mum," or that's what we want. That's what we want, to have that generation looking at us, you, and being proud and cheering you on. I've got a lovely little bird on the fence, singing away he is. He thought he'd get in on the action today. And for anyone that wanted to be with us and couldn't, you know, they did you proud. And I just the best experience for you all. I really no words. There's nothing that I can say that can top what you actually did on Wednesday. And the crowds adored you and they were behind you, and it was just incredible. How that stage stayed up, I do not know. That's dancing about on it. Just brilliant. Then of course we come to Thursday. This very important year in our social calendar for me personally. So much to say about it, because I don't write anything down, and I always think, oh, I missed something when I do these videos. I have to sort of start at the beginning, you know, from all the Harrises lending us their trucks, time, drivers, scaffold, you name it, everything that went into that, all for free. And my brother and his wife that came down gave all day. As you know, they own a pub, and they gave up their whole day to come and decorate in that. At one point we left and we started one of the trucks at the yard, and then thought it's best to go and get the trucks in situ. I went home. We went to Bun's actually. She's just been a saint this week. What I do without her, I do not know. She cooked us dinner. So while we were doing that, Dan and Tony were up with the trucks trying to reseal the blinking gaffer tape in that downpour. I mean, it's all stuff. Yeah, it was horrible at the time, but you smile about it. That is Carnival week, isn't it? You can't alter the weather. There's no point looking at the weather because we can't do anything about it. They, as you know, they've got the pub, the Rising Sun in Kingsdown. They dashed back to get towels. They were trying to wipe the scaffolding. Nothing was working. So we ended up, it's like, if we got to put holes in those backdrops, anything it takes. So when we got back up to them, about 4:30, bless them, they were sat soaking wet in their cab, eating some stuff that they bought. And what they'd done with the floats looked amazing. So thank you to them too. And they dressed up as well, which was just great. And you've met my brother, and you can see why he was keen to drive the truck and getting out dancing, and he was stopping, making sure that we could dance in front of certain places. So right, he's hired. We'll have to get him a t-shirt, and Tony. So the truck, the weather, I was thinking, oh my goodness, you know, I might not have as many of you turn up. I should have known better, shouldn't I, midlife movers? There's nothing going to stop us, is there? You all turned up, we had our ponchos on, and I know some of you were offering help, but sometimes there can be too many people doing too much. You know, it worked. We managed to get everything done before the judges come round and awarded us first place. Of course they did. You were amazing. 3 trucks done up, you lot done up, dancing, smiling. You deserve that. Thank you. I'm just gonna line it up. Look, I don't know if you can see, lining that up. I know that this was the first year because I danced around with it. There was only about 20 of us that did it. Danced around with it and dropped it. So that's a memory chip on there. So that was the first one. There's last year's. And the shiny, oh, it's a bit dusty actually, midlife movers. I ought to dust my memory shelf. There we are. Trophy number 3. Oh, not let that blow away, sorry. So the parade itself, the trucks that had the people on that needed to be on, and our darling Scopesy, she got on that truck, and our darling Bev, is it 3 weeks, 4 weeks post-op for her knee? She was getting on that truck and she did it. And they all looked beautiful on those trucks, and they were moving their arms and blowing kisses. And, you know, the first truck led us, that was wonderful. Then we did the music truck, then all of us. I haven't counted how many there were walking. I'm going to say about 100, but I'll look at the videos to count. And then of course our truck, we were sandwiched together with our truck at the end with the rest of them on there. I was nagging them actually. I think it was funny because I was going back to make sure everyone was all right. Still singing, still dancing, and they were like, yes, we're still singing and dancing. And I know sometimes I can be guilty of nagging a bit about this smiling and making sure you dance, particularly, you know, the people on the sides, certainly at the front and at the back, because it's like we're representing us. We're representing midlife movers. We're representing people that couldn't be with us that wanted to, or people that just turn up every week to classes. You know, we're representing ourselves. So we sort of have to be the best that we can. And the best that we can be is smiling, fun and dancing. That's what we're all about. So the carnival needs to and does demonstrate, it's the perfect place for midlife movers because it's the place where we demonstrate all of those things, which is fantastic. It's like, here we are, look at us. And it was great last night to be able to step out of uniform and dress up. It's great. And wigs means you haven't got to worry about your hair, and I'm going to have a shower in a minute. Actually, I think Mike's going to do a fry up. So just incredible. I know I haven't measured it, and someone can absolutely correct me, but I'm going to say it's probably 1.5 miles, 2 mile walk. By the time we've danced, it ends up being like about 7 miles. It certainly does for me. I have to mention as well, from a personal place, you lot, of course, wonderful, and I can't praise you enough, and I can't thank you enough, because without you all, these things wouldn't happen. That's the thing, we go back to that. But without you, Debs, but without you lot, we wouldn't all be here, would we? Just be me on my own. But from a personal point of view, we had our honorary mover, my best mate, as you know, since we were 3. We had Mandy with us, and my goddaughter, her daughter. So it was special for me to have them there, but special for them too. They keep saying, we just felt so privileged to be with you all. That's how you've grown. They honestly felt privileged to be a part of what you've all achieved. Of course, our Betsy and my buds. Now, she was going in the cab, midlife movers. This is her 3rd carnival. I think she absolutely loves it. She was going in the cab. So I didn't worry about her costume. That little girl danced all the way around the carnival with us, and at one point she said, Nan, you've just gone wrong. It's this bit next. I thought, oh, Christ. And then we had Kit with his Midlife Movers t-shirt. You won't have seen the photos of that. He joined us. He was in heaven. Not only was he with his auntie, his nan, and his cousin Buds, but he was there in the thick of it, and he loves vehicles like little boys do. So he loves like trucks, and there was music coming out of a truck. He's like, this is heaven. Very, 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 very special, magical, wonderful. I made a boob with the collection. I need to tell you this because, like I say, realistically, nothing is going to be done about your photos and everything until next week. I've got loads of stuff to prepare for the wedding tomorrow. But I thought I'd do this and chuck it on for you to say thank you. I made a boob. I did a collection. So this is to all people that put in for that collection last night. Because I felt very, very strongly about the fact that the Harrises were being so kind and just giving us these trucks and drivers and time and goodness knows what. So I asked for a donation. I didn't consult them first, actually. And but to say they're mortified, and I should have known better, because they're like me. If I'd have offered my services to someone out of the kindness of my heart and a donation had been done for me, I would have been mortified. That money would not be being accepted by me. So there's roughly, now I counted it very quickly last night, don't quote me on it, there's roughly, and I thank you very much, there was 380 quid. We gave 50 of it to the DJ and his girlfriend to get a drink. That leaves us roughly, I'm going to get Mike to double count it, 330 quid, which is tremendous. So I need to think very carefully about that, because obviously Harrises don't want it. I couldn't force them. I tried every trick in the book. Absolutely not. They would, and some of them that don't even know about your collection would be horrified. So I need to think about it. You know, I was on my pillow this morning thinking, one of the Harrises had actually mentioned, you know, about Brighton and doing something for Brighton. That's where it gets a bit tricky because of the, you know, certain people that put in. And then there's charity. Give it to charity. Which one? Do we have a carnival fund? There's lots of suggestions, and I'll probably do a vote for the people that put in last night, to what we do with that. Yeah, it's something we'll think about as us that, you know, did the carnival, put in. And I need to say thank you to our darling Jan, one of our Raties members, who has had blinking COVID, and she couldn't come, but they still sent 10 quid to put into the pot, which thank you very much. I don't miss a trick. I do not miss a trick. Everything you had on, our Trudy, our 85-year-old, look how stunning she looked. And that dress she had on, by the way, Midlife Movers, was an original 70s caftan that she's had from the 70s. Just gorgeous. You all looked amazing. What more can I keep saying? I need to go now, finish this cup of tea because my voice is going. I'm going to tell you now, my legs hurt a little bit and my back hurts a little bit, but that's okay. Today's jobs aren't too strenuous. It's all going to be fine. I hope the weather's like this for Weenie tomorrow. Love you all to bits. You are incredibly special. Proud doesn't cover it. I hope you've had a wonderful week, making fabulous memories with gorgeous people. Long may it continue, and bring it on, Brighton.